Hey everybody, welcome back. We are getting ready to watch some more Dark. We're on season 2, episode 1, and it's probably been, I want to say 3 weeks, might have only been 2, since I've watched the season finale for season 1. 3 weeks exactly. And since watching the final episode, sorry, still adjusting things. Since watching the final episode, I've discovered the Netflix interactive program. And so I did see that you can set it to select only up to the episodes you've seen or that season or whatever it is. So since I had already seen all of season 1, I went ahead and looked at everything they were telling us for each person for season 1. And one of the things I realized was I was mixing up Jorgen, Jorgen, I think it's Jorgen, but spelled Jurgen, I think. But I was mixing up Joran and Grandpa. Who's Grandpa? Doppler. Not Peter, the other one. Oh gosh. Hmm. Helga. I was mixing up Jorgen and Helga. So I've figured that part out. I can't remember what else I figured out that I was so confused on. I think I was still saying some stuff wrong in the uh, f- last episode, the season finale. Hi, baby. Are you happy now? Shall we show everybody? She's all sprawled out in my lap. She's been waiting for this all day. And you see my dirty floors. I don't, I mean, there's still a lot of questions. I also finished watching Blind Wave's reactions to the first season, and they caught on to things that I didn't catch on to. Like, I don't think I caught on to the fact that the radiation signal, because I think I was still thinking the light was the signal, but the radiation signal was stronger because of Chernobyl, and that's how they knew which direction to go. But at the current plant, the radiation signal was not that strong. But even though they were storing all the toxic chemicals in another section of the caves, I still don't even understand that part because I don't understand how Gretchen went from the past to the future without opening any doors. And all of the doors that we saw, there weren't any critters that were running by. So I don't know how Gretchen ended up in the other entrance, cave entrance. And I did see a commenter say to the Blind Wave crew, don't worry, you are going to be confused all the way up until the very final episode. So, since they said that, I was like, okay, then maybe I'm not too wrong on some of the stuff. But there were some stuff as I was watching Blind Wave that they pointed out that I didn't catch on to. I can't remember what that stuff was now because that was 3 weeks ago. But I'm kind of anxious to go ahead and get started and see what's going to happen in this one. And, you know, what answers or non-answers are we going to get? The one thing I don't think they commented on, and I didn't comment on. I know I didn't. I don't think Blind Wave did. But it didn't occur to me that bearded guy Jonas must have come from the future because we started with Jonas in 2019, and Bearded Guy was going to all of the 80s and the 2019, 86, 2019. I don't think we saw him in 50. No, we saw him in 53 because no, we didn't see him in 53, I don't think. So I think Jonas we've only seen in 86, 2019, and now 2052. I think that's what I calculated for the future to be. Don't know if that's correct or not, but it might be that each person can only span 3 time eras. So I think Bearded Guy Jonas is from this futuristic era that we've now seen and ended at. And that's why he's trying to correct everything. Of course, 2019 Jonas still has to grow up into Bearded Guy Jonas. So it is what it is. That was very much my Aunt Elaine. It is what it is. All right, let's go ahead and get into it and see what happens in season 2, episode 1.
I want you to build this for me. It's a machine you'll make that will completely alter
And
the
it
course of
never
time.
dawned on me that the old lady is Claudia. Well, no, I think that last episode we figured it out, didn't we? So I think I did figure out that Claudia was the old lady in the last episode because they spelled it out. I don't think I realized that the bunker room, the wallpaper room, 80s room, is in this room in the ground cellar in the 80s, not in the 50s, not in the 2000s. There's no good way to sum that one up, but not in the 2010s, not in the 80s, not in the 50s, or it is in the 80s, the wallpaper room. I never figured that out, but I guess that's what Charlotte finding the wallpaper in the ground cellar alluded to. Unless Blind Wave is wrong about that, because I think that's where I got that from.
What year is it?
Welcome to the future.
And now we pick up where we left off. So this one's called Beginnings and Endings. So season 1 episode 10 was Alpha and Omega, which is also the beginning and the end. So are they doing a play on words? Lateral or parallel meanings, like a thesaurus, kind of? I've heard of Friedrich Nietzsche. I can't say the last name correctly. I've heard of him. (1921). So this is 32 years before 53. Okay. So the caves and tunnels were hand-built?
Sic mundus creatus est. And thus the world is created.
Oh, that's what they put on the door. Not necessarily they, but somebody. Oh, that's Noah. Now,
Adam.
Noah had that tattoo on his back, not on his chest. Plus, this is younger Noah, right? You guys know I'm terrible at recognizing people or making connections. If you've gotten this far with me, you've learned that much about me. But that's the exact same tattoo on Noah's back. So,
I've waited for this moment for ages.
To kill him?
Interesting that it should be you. And why he chose to call you Noah.
Oh, he's Noah. They purposely did that. So Noah's always been a religious zealot? I don't know if that... So he got him right in the spine, which would have paralyzed him from the neck down. I don't know if that would have killed him instantly, so would he have still felt pain? If we've learned anything, go for the head. We've learned it from The Walking Dead. We've learned it from Marvel. Beginning of the last cycle. So it started in 2020, 2019. So 2020 is the next cycle, meaning 2052 is correct on where young Jonas ended up at. Maybe. Oh, we're seeing naked butts in this one. I think we did in the last one too, didn't we? So that was Jonas and his aunt. So his house has kind of become derelict, it kind of looks. That must have been the day he disappeared. His hair is longer, like bearded guy. So he's kind of turning into that look. This is the high school. This is quite the set, making it look dystopian and all that. So we're not going to learn what happened between him getting knocked out to now. I'm sure we will, but you guys know the back and forth drives me crazy. Now this looked familiar.
It's unclear what exactly caused the events in Winden.
Oh.
But the God particle, if we can stabilize it, it might provide a way back.
The God particle, now that's the, I want to say either Boggs or Higgs boson, Boseman, something like that. Might be two different things that we're talking about, but I've heard the word I'm trying to think of and the God particle used together. 6 days before he...
It's the first serious disappearance of 4 teenagers, a senior citizen, and a local police officer from the town of Winden.
Of course not. I'm
That's
staying
Claudia.
at home.
Or
We'll wait for the results of the lab
Regina.
MRI. That remain hidden, undiscovered until we find them.
Charlotte seemed uneasy about
In
that.
the next few days, some of you will receive subpoenas.
I'm the woman who hasn't found anyone.
So she hasn't told anybody about seeing Yurik in the past.
Who looks at that same elephant from all 10 different perspectives instead.
The elephant description I've heard all my career. But one-eyed guy has a patch with glasses now rather than a head bandage with a patch. And we learned that he's kind of paid off by Alexander, which is not his real name. I think Boris is his real name. But we still don't know what happened to his eye, do we? I don't think so. Well, they're still together. I don't like his hair this length. It does not look good on him.
I'll call you later, okay?
She's going to go meet, not Bothus, something like that though. The other kid, Regina's son. Katarina. Charlotte must have told her. It looks like a crater with the ring of trees around it with the nuclear stacks right in the middle. I wonder if they did that on purpose. Wait a minute. Who's Justina and Torben? Have we met those two, Justine and Torben? Michael, we know. Martha's grave. She's going through the forest. So what bridge is this?
I tried calling you these last few days.
Is that Martha? I thought she had a different
There's
top
a
on.
lot going on.
Oh, am I mixing people up again? This is Martha, and the other one that we just saw with, can't remember his name, the lovers. Does she? No, she's Martha. But he texted Martha, or got a text from Martha, so this is Martha. I'm confused already. This is not good. So that's Katerina's daughter. The other one is Charlotte, or not Charlotte's daughter. Yeah, the other one is Charlotte's daughter. So not the same top. Two different girls. This one's got to be Martha. So where is the other one? No, I've screwed myself up again. If Charlotte's daughter is Martha, who is this one? Hold on. Okay, that was Martha we just saw with him, and it's Francesca that was with the other boy. You keep getting me with your claws. We need to clip your claws again.
I would like to thank you for your loyalty. Without
Does he
all of you, the
know
Winden plant as we know it
that they're going to
could
set
never
off
have
the
existed.
time machine, which
And
is going
so
to
for
cause an
these last
explosion?
6 days,
Everything at ground level will be untouched and will become part of the green field. Any radiation will be traced back to the previous use of the pools.
Was that Noah that was with him? Is this Hannah? Yep. She won't do it. Is that bearded Jonas?
Why are you here?
Yep.
Everything happens when it is supposed to. At the right time.
He had shorter hair when he was
At the
spying on
right
her doing
place.
that.
But only a handful of people know where their journey will take them.
Does she have Jonas's map?
It will pass.
That's Noah.
Certain things are still hidden from you.
Are they
But they
both
will
going to
come
be
to
called
light.
Noah?
Little by little.
Oh, that's older Noah talking to younger Noah,
It's
isn't
all
it?
a matter of timing.
Oh, that is not a pretty sight.
Vous cachez ça derrière le mur. Là, derrière le mur, on l'a vu. On l'a suivi. Le signal.
Going too fast.
Cachez ça derrière le mur. Là, derrière le mur, on l'a vu. On l'a suivi.
We followed the signal.
Le signal.
Oh,
Ne t'appartiens pas seul.
we're going to choke him to death.
We are the future. Sigmundos Creatus est.
Oh, that's, I think they said her name's Elizabeth, Charlotte's other daughter.
Those without faith are already dead. The prophecy will be fulfilled. The passage will open and lead us to paradise.
So that's Elizabeth, and that's Francesca. Is that what I said her name was? It might not be her. She had reddish hair, so I don't think it's supposed to be the same one. Could be like Yasin's sister or something like that. I'm surprised they don't recognize Jonas, or maybe they do, and they're being coy about it, or that's part of their agreement with him, or something like that. But who is dictating the rules? That's what I'd be curious about. And my theory about maybe you can only go to before and after your current time period, which would explain Jonas, but we've seen Noah in all three original ones, and now in this 1921 or something like that. I think that's the year. So that kind of blows my theory out unless Noah's figured out another way to get around.
What's behind that wall?
Won't tell them, huh? But they do know what's kind of going on. She never met Grandpa? Helga? Yeah, Helgi?
Your mother was still little when they passed away.
Oh.
Come.
Her mom's parents. Oh, he's the time machine maker.
The call lasted exactly 12 seconds.
Is she going to tell him the truth?
Most likely a voicemail recording. Keep the recording.
She's not going to tell him.
Thank you, Waller.
Oh, that's Torben. So who's Justine? Bartosz. That's the other one's name. Regina's son. Don't ask me why I remembered now. Is this all of Oryx notes? Couldn't think of the word.
He was always naive by nature.
Who is that? Adam?
What must one do with a dead forest so that new trees may grow?
One burns it
Burn
all
it.
down.
Adam. They're waiting for you.
So it is Adam. I'm guessing a self-proclaimed name. Oh. What is she doing there? Is she purchasing the drugs? I think she did offer a little something to Charlotte, didn't she? Or was it Peter? Is her name Justine?
But first, I need to eat.
I used to eat ramen noodles all the time. Or noodle in a cup. Does he recognize her?
You could say that I exist infinitely.
So why are you here?
He must know she was going to try to kill herself. So he hasn't told her the whole truth. He hasn't told her who Michael is. The Kabbalion Hermetic Philosophy? I haven't heard of that. Unless it's... No. That's Noah. Is that still 1921? Because those were colored pictures. So there was something Noah is still keeping from Bartosz, which we kind of knew that. Is he going to be his new helper since he doesn't have Helgi? Radiation's in that trailer. Oh. Eye patch guy, huh? Torben. So she knows what's in it.
Get in touch with Mom. Okay?
Oh, they're brother, sister. All the lights came on before he entered? Oh, Peter told her about the bunker, didn't he?
In a book.
Where did she put him in the web? Magnus. I don't know why I can't remember his name. Now burying it in concrete inside the nuclear plant. Is he in the dead zone? They're gonna catch him, aren't they? Yep. That's the wall they're not supposed to go past. You know what happened the last time you went in a tunnel. Are you sure you weren't in that one? Why is he going in backwards? Oh, the wall is blocking the power plant? Yeah, I hear the Geiger counter. Following the signal again. Oh. There's the words that were on the iron door. So you put one of the old suits on. Oh. A ball of energy? That's interesting. So, still lots of questions. So Jonas acknowledges that he didn't destroy the door, just closed it. We know it opens and closes every 33 years. 2020 started the new cycle, so he's in 2053, or 2052. The 1921 is only 32 years before 1953. So, not quite sure what's happening there. Otherwise, our current crew that we started with, 2019, are now in 2020. We're seeing a year later some of the effects. Hannah is suicidal. We've got Regina doing chemotherapy, lost all her hair, real sick, all that kind of stuff. Bartosh, I think is how they pronounced it. We still don't know exactly what his role is with Noah. I'm assuming he's replacing Helgi, but I think they want us to think that, and there's actually something else going on because Adam said to Noah about did he figure it out, and Noah said no, and they were like good. So I don't know what the I don't know what the hidden thing is, which is they're basically playing God. The God particle. So I didn't quite get the wording correct, but the God particle is also known as the Higgs boson. And it's a fundamental particle discovered on July 4th of 2012. And I remember that. That's why I was like, I think I remember them being linked together by researchers at the Large Hadron Collider located at CERN. This is from space.com. I like some of the stuff that they post. And it completes the standard model of particle physics. Fundamental force carrying particle of the Higgs field, which is responsible for granting other particles their mass. This field was first proposed in the mid-60s by Peter Higgs, for whom the particle is named, and his colleagues. And CERN is in Switzerland. It's the best description we have of the subatomic world. Look at all this physics. And they said you wouldn't need physics when you got out of high school. Or at least we didn't want it, did we? What you doing, little girl? Face this way. Say, I'm just being a troublemaker. They didn't answer a whole lot. And Jonas went against his own advice, and he's interfered by telling Hannah at least a little bit of what's going on. Hi, old girl. There's not much else to say. There's lots of speculation, of course. Because there's a lot of dead time in the show, I can ramble during the show, which makes that a little easier. The ends and the beginnings not so long. So we're going to keep it at that so that we can go ahead and get into the second episode. So thank you all for joining me on this one. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.